Hey everybody, Roy Pettifeast, author of What Teens Want You to Know But Don't Tell You. And today I want to talk about vulnerability, the power of vulnerability. And I want to talk about four reasons that vulnerability is so powerful. Number one is that vulnerability enables us to connect with other people, right? I mean, that's where we can really connect with other people, is by being vulnerable. We might be able to connect with them intellectually through a sharing of ideas, but when we're vulnerable, when we share a little bit of ourselves, when we share parts of our lives, when we share our heart with other folks, that's where we can really connect with other people. Cardinal Newman once said, "So many secrets of the church are lost when heart refuses to speak to heart." And so that's the main reason I think vulnerability is so powerful, is that it enables us to connect with other people. And when we connect with other people, we have the opportunity to influence other people, right? And that's what we all want to do, whether you're a parent, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a therapist, whether you're a friend. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to help folks. You stumbled onto my YouTube channel or my blog because in some way you want to help other folks. Translation, I want to influence other people, right? Especially as we get into our adult years, and when children become teenagers, we can't really control them, right? The old saying in recovery goes, you can't change other people. Well, that's true, but you can influence other people, right? You can influence other people. And I think that's powerful. So that's what we want to do. Whether I want you to go from point A to point B, whether I want you to go from smoking marijuana every day to never smoking marijuana again, whether I want you to go from not telling me that you love me to telling me that you love me more often. However I want to influence other folks. If I'm speaking to an audience and I want to influence them to take a desired action, I want you to go out here and and that's what I'm doing with you today, right? I am encouraging you to be more vulnerable, right? I am trying to influence you. And so hopefully I have connected with you. The fact that you're here on some level, and if you're still watching this video, thank you. There's obviously a connection, and so many of you I know who are watching, it's because you've heard me speak before, we're friends, or we know each other, or we've known each other at some point. So we've connected, and I want to influence you to be more vulnerable so that you can influence the other people in your life. And it's a very, very powerful interpersonal skill, especially when it comes to teenagers and young people. So we connect first, which allows us to be able to influence. Then for a lot of us, I don't know, especially me, this little bugaboo comes up, which is perfection. And what I'm about to say is very counterintuitive, because a lot of us feel and think that perfection is attractive, right? It took me 2 days to get this video going because I just couldn't get it perfect. And I realized that this whole side of me is not lit very well. I don't have a perfect studio. I'm doing this on my iPhone. If I would have waited in my life for everything to be perfect, I would not have done anything, right? Your private perfectionism is the universal church's worst enemy. This need to be perfect. And unfortunately, our Western notion of what this means, which is to have everything neat and in order, it's understanding that we are imperfect, that no one has it all together, that it is precisely through our imperfection where we connect with other folks. And when we feel like we've got to be perfect, that interferes with our ability to connect, which prevents us from being able to influence other people. Think about the last time you sat with somebody who was just too perfect, right? They had hair, they may have put gel in their hair and sculpted it just right. They just sat there and they just had it all together. They didn't reveal anything about themselves where they didn't have it all together. None of their nonverbals were communicating to you that they didn't have it all together. And as I think about it, I'm just kind of getting a little short of breath because it's suffocating. Because what's implied is I can never be like you. I can't be like you. You are too different. You're so different from me. I cannot connect I cannot connect with you, and I can at times feel less worthy, and I can feel worse about myself by being in your presence because I unconsciously believe that I have to be perfect like you, right? No, first of all, no one's perfect, right? No one's perfect. And when we try to behave or act as though we're perfect and we have it all together, people will not connect with us and we will not have the opportunity to influence them. If I am in the power position, which is usually the case when I'm wanting to influence other folks, then I may be giving you a little bit of the power, but what I'm really doing is I'm laying the power down. I can always pick it up again, but I'm laying it down so that you know that this is not about a difference between who you and I are. That we are the same people. When I pick this up again, it's not about who you are, it's not about who I am, but it's about the roles that we play. And hopefully we are in roles that we can mutually influence and mutually help one another. But when I'm in the influencer role, I want to be able to help you. And I can't do that if you think by me holding this, right? I can't do that if you think that by me holding this, I'm better than you, or I'm so different from you that you can't connect with me. That's what happens in vulnerability. That's the power of vulnerability. And this is kind of the structure underneath it. I choose to be vulnerable because I want to connect so that I can influence other folks, either to believe something or to do something. So I choose to share not my perfection, not the areas of my life that I have it all together, but some areas of my life where I don't have it all together. I don't try to pretend that I have it all together because I don't, that I'm imperfect. And when other people see that I am imperfect, they are empowered, but they will especially be empowered when we choose to take the power that we have and lay it down so that they can connect with us.